Today on the channel, a new era of Ninja Turtles begins with the Playmates Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem action figures.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for a first here on the channel, as today we're taking a look at the Playmates Mutant Mayhem Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. But for all your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Entertainment Earth. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10% on all in-stock items. Anything over $59 does ship free, and you'll be able to buy all of these guys over there at Entertainment Earth as they're putting everything up there. And there is a lot of toys for this brand new Mutant Mayhem line. As we do know, August 2nd, I want to say the date is, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but August 2nd, the brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon movie comes out. There's a lot of excitement about it. A lot of well-known actors and actresses doing the voices for these. Should be a very fun line. And if you've been to your Target stores right now, and then Walmart's here in a couple of days as I'm filming this, there's going to be an explosion of these figures everywhere in support of the movie. You'll see end caps, you'll see pallet displays, all that kind of fun stuff you see around a movie release. But these are the figures to go to the new movie. Now, we're used to, in our thoughts, in our head, we always think, what is my core turtle team? What do they look like? For me, it's always the cartoon turtles, of course, of the 80s. That's where a lot of us first discovered the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Many got them out of the comic books, some out of the Archie comics, some different cartoon incarnations, some the movies, of course, back in the 90s. But now there's a whole new generation that this is going to be their Ninja Turtles. We got to let that soak in a little bit. And of course, maybe this isn't my Ninja Turtles, this isn't your Ninja Turtles, but this is the evolution of the Ninja Turtles franchise. And like I said, a whole generation, this will end up being their Ninja Turtles. So I have to kind of remember that when I'm looking at these, maybe being critical of these a little bit. Because definitely this is a new interpretation. This isn't going to be the cartoon Turtles from when I was a kid. That's just the way it goes. Time, it waits for no one. It marches on, as we always do say. But we also do say, what is time? Remember that. Remember that. But of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So let's start it off, and we'll start off with the leader, the Flint of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We got Leonardo right here. We're going to start it off with the leader, Leonardo, and it's going to take a little bit longer to get through him because we got to dissect this packaging as we always do. But very small packaging design here, but at the same time, $9.99 or so, give or take a figure here. That is not a bad price for something like this. This feels very affordable. Get the whole team for around $40. That feels like a good deal in this day and age. That is for sure. But we got Leonardo going on here. Big plastic bubble window looking good. All kinds of weapons in there. It looks like an old school weapons tree. Weapons rack as well. Got the carding here in purple. Got the new Turtles logo up here. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem for the logo for the movie. And we got some things. We got Splinter. We got some graffiti on the walls. Things like that. A little glamour shot. It does say 4 and up. It does say Leonardo the leader over here. Choking hazard for kids under 3 or 3 and under. A lot going on inside of there. On the back of the package here, very cool cross sell. We got all those extra ones. We even got an old school file card down there. I'm here for that as well. Nickelodeon logos. We got a generic blurb that's on all the packages. Let's read that really quick. Busting out of the New York sewers are 4 bodacious brothers ready to kick butt. Born from the mysterious mutant ooze, those tubular turtles and their radical rat dad have trained in the art of ninjutsu to become a bad guy bashing super team. With their buddy April O'Neil, they're about to face the gnarliest mutants the world has ever seen. And there is a ton of bad guys in this movie. That is pretty cool there, because usually it's, here's the origin story, let's start it off, let's meet Shredder, and then Shredder gets Bebop Rocksteady. That's kind of how it goes from there. This one, they're throwing it all out there. We're getting the Leatherheads, the Superflies. I think Baxter Stockman's involved, Slash, Ray Fillet. There's tons of the core characters, Mondo Gecko, that are going to be in this movie, apparently. So I'm here for that. I like that they're ramping it up a little bit, getting a little bit more presence of screen time, not starting that total origin story all over again. I'm sure there'll be a little of that, but maybe not like it is in a lot of the other movies. So we'll have to stay tuned. We'll have to find out for that one. I believe I saw all of these at my local Target, except maybe Splinter. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and check the tape. Check the tape if I saw Splinter. Splinter, of course, voiced by Jackie Chan. Oh, Rumble in the Bronx. And I'll never forget as a kid, I was going to go to Rumble in the Bronx, one of the all-time great movies back in the 90s. Oh, if you've never seen it, check it out. But we do go on the back. It says, Clip and Collect, Leonardo. Leo's the leader. Well, he wants to be. He dreams of leading his brothers to become an unstoppable crime-fighting team. So what if no one takes him seriously? Well, obviously, by that blurb, he is nowhere near like Flint. It sounds like he's a Duke, one of those guys. The leader in disguise is what he is. So I guess Leonardo and Duke, very similar in this one here. Weapons, the old twin katanas, dream to be the fearless leader. So there you go. He's a boy with dreams is what he is at the end of the day. Comes off the card very easily there. No issues with that. Real nice, all that kind of stuff. See you later. Goodbye. It looks like we got twist ties. We got rope twist ties going on. Oh my gosh, we got twist ties aplenty right here. All kinds of different stuff. Just absolutely wild. Gonna get a Leo out. Got one right here. One on the hands. I'm kind of surprised we got twist ties and stuff holding this guy down. Oh my gosh, even the little turtle has it too. We're getting it. We're getting them all out. There it goes. All right, Leo out. Get the sword out. Get the baby turtle out. There it is, up high. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's dive in here. The first thing I see is this weapons tree, and I'm not going to break all these off. I'm probably going to leave these all together, actually. But a very cool nod to the past, the olden times with the turtle line. Of course, we always got these. Got some pizza, got a throwing star in there, a little can of ooze, a knife. All kinds of cool stuff in here, little weapons. But I like a little weapons rack. I'm here for that. I think that works with what we got going on here. Then, of course, we got the two patented katana blades for Leonardo. Got the grayish, silverish handle going on. Or I guess I should say blade with the brown handle. Nice ninja wrappings going on there. Definitely looks like something Leonardo would wield in the battlefield. And then we do get, I guess, each one of these guys is probably coming with one of these. Yep, they are. The very baby turtles. Now, there is a two different 2-packs of baby turtles. This is the infant turtles, we'll call these. All in green color, a little extra color, a little dark wash on this. You could really dress this up if you really wanted to. Looking really good, though. I have no problems with this little turtle. And it's kind of cool they all got their own baby turtle with them. So there we got that. Now we get down to it. We get down to old Leonardo here. And definitely looks like Leonardo, but not the Leonardo I know. Once again, I always go back to the cartoon days. And when I say cartoon, you know what I mean. The 80s cartoon, that's what I always think of. This Leonardo looks close to be dangerous, but once again, you got to keep reminding yourself, this is a new era of turtles, new stories, new looks, all that kind of fun stuff. So we got Leonardo with the classic blue bandana around his head. Got a little teeth showing on both sides. Of course, that big old bald turtle head looking good. Got the undershell and the overshell just like we're used to. You got the katana holders on the back. Used to something like that as well. You got the little L in the front for Leonardo, of course. You got 2 throwing stars sculpted in that looks nice. He's got the elbow pads, the knee pads, and the wrist tape all in blue to match the bandana. Pretty much your standard Leonardo figure. You got 2 gripping hands going on. I do got a little bit of red paint, a little extra red paint on his hand, not the end of the world. And then we got 2 toed toes down here as well. Let's walk through the articulation real quick on this one. The head does move around, up and down, a little bit down, not so much back. You do get some side to side, a little bit limited by that shell in the back there. You get the arms that go all the way around. You get the shoulders up and down, side to side. Big pin joints right there at the top of the shoulder. We do get the elbows that bend, single jointed elbows, no double jointed elbows, anything like that, but they are pinless, I guess, or at least hidden by the bandana that, or I should say elbow pad. Here, we do get the wrist tape I talked about, and then you get the hands back and forth, side to side. No waist articulation on this one. You do get leg articulation. You get a little bit of a kind of a thigh cut up there at the top, so a little circular motion. You get a little bit up and down, but you are limited a little bit by that shell going on there. You do get the single jointed knees and then back forth side to side on the old toes there. You do get the side to side at the knees just like you do at the elbows as well. So decent articulation. It's nothing that's going to change your life as far as articulation goes. But we do have the articulation with these figures. Big old grips here. Is he going to be able to fit this in his hand? Yes, he is. Fits perfectly. And then you can store the other one in the back of the shell, I'm sure. Yes, you can. So not bad. It's a little figure. It's a little turtle, of course. But definitely looks pretty good, I think, at the end of the day. It gets the point across. And I think for a little kid, and we got to remember this isn't for the adult collectors necessarily. This is geared to those kids in the 4 to 12-year-old, let's call it. And I think this works. You give this to some 7-year-old that likes Ninja Turtles, they're going to love this all day long. Even more so if they saw the movie. Think back to when you and myself were a kid. That's the way it went there. Now, he does have peg holes on the bottom. he is not going to fit on a ringside stand. Not even close. Not sure exactly why you have these huge peg holes. Not sure what stands these even work with. But kind of is what it is. But he does stand on his own okay. So we do have that going for him there. So that is Leonardo. Kind of walk through him a little bit faster. We won't do articulation on these guys. We'll just kind of zip through them here. But we got Michelangelo. He's the entertainer. Like a young Cedric is what he is really at the end of the day. But we got Michelangelo, looking like a party dude in the package right here. Looking nice. On the back, we're going to collect them all. We got the big cross-sell, and we got the little file card at the bottom. Let's see what it says about Michelangelo. Mikey's the comedian. Okay, too bad his brothers don't think he's that funny. He might not be the best at ninjutsu or waking up on time or even hygiene, but you can always count on Mikey's positive attitude. Weapons, nunchucks, and his dream to be a stand-up comedian. Michelangelo and I got a lot in common, really, when I was younger as well. Wanted to be a comedian, all that kind of fun stuff. I wouldn't say so much on the hygiene. I was always get up out of bed. First thing I always do, still to this day, brush my teeth immediately, hop in the shower immediately. That's just the way I do. That's the way I roll. Yeah, there you go. The more you know about Kyle's shower and morning routine. There it is. Let's get old Mikey out of the package here. See what all the fuss is about. Like I said, Mikey's always been, see you later, my favorite Ninja Turtle. Even when I was a little kid, he was my favorite. But oh my gosh, he's got twist ties for days as well. Little kids everywhere, just the horror here. They get in the back seat of their car, and you know, they're so excited. They got these brand new Ninja Turtle toys. They're ready to play. They're ready to dive in. And then they have the terrible bearer of bad news, as they got twist ties everywhere, and they can't get their figure out. Man, we've all been there as a kid. Nothing more frustrating. Then you try to power through the twist ties. You end up breaking your figure. It's just an absolute mess. So it's not a good time for anybody. And I do think they have a little bit too many twist ties on this thing. See you later as well. Up to the side, we got all kinds of clippings. There it is. There it is. There it is. Now we get the weapons tree once again. We got another nunchuck here. This one all in orange. Not too bad. It makes sense with Michelangelo. I like the nunchuck microphones on this one. That's a first. That looks pretty good. You get a slice of pizza, some throwing stars, mutant canister, and then another pair of nunchuck kind of action going on there. So on brand with old Michelangelo. Then you do get his nunchucks here. Now, once again, these are for little kids, but it's all the sculpted in plastic. Would have loved some real rope or a little flexible plastic, but it is what it is at the end of the day. It's the way it's going to be. You got the orange handle, the steel chain up top. Is what it is. Like I said, not the best. It'd be great to get something a little bit better for him. Maybe I'll look into that in the future, or maybe I won't. Who knows? Who knows? But we do get his weapons here. Definitely on point, on brand for Michelangelo. Then we get the brand new turtle here. And is this turtle a different color? Yes, it is. Now, I like this a whole lot because Leonardo and Michelangelo, they're different colored turtles. We got a very light green here and a much darker green on Michelangelo here. So, as we've seen over the years, turtles definitely different color. You get kind of a darker colored turtle, light colored turtle, middle of the road kind of a dark green turtle. We've seen kind of all shades of the turtle rainbow over the years. There's no doubt about it there. But of course, Michelangelo going to have the same articulation as Leonardo. Get the little M on the belt there, of course. On the back, he can hold all of his nunchucks if he needs to. A very nice, smiley, friendly turtle face there. And in his face here, his head sculpt. Definitely a happy-go-lucky, loving turtle is old Michelangelo. And it does work into his personality. Would have loved a skateboard or something with him. But as we said earlier, there's so many packs of these. You get that turtle van pack with all 4 turtles. And I think Rocksteady or Bebop's in there in April. You got different bike packs. You got mutagen packs. There's so many different ones for this movie. They are going all in. I'm not sure if I'm going all in on this line. We're going to see the movie and see. I'm not really a big fan on first impression of the Bebops, the Rocksteadies, the Leatherheads of the world. But we'll see. I'll have my judgment once I see the movie. Hopefully, one of these days, we'll see that movie. Maybe when it goes to Paramount Plus, maybe. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I'm not opposed to it. But boy, they are building out a huge universe. It'll be interesting how successful the movie is. If it is not successful, we could see a lot of this stuff on clearance for you long gamers in the future. So that might be an idea for some of you out there. But there's old Michelangelo. Now we're going to turn my attention to my least favorite, Donatello. I know sacrilegious to many of you out there. There's old Donatello looking good, looking interesting. And then on the back, got the big cross-sell, all that kind of stuff. Then you got the blurb on the back. Always talk about the old playground. Donatello was everybody's least favorite. But now when I'm on the internet and I see things, it seems like everybody loves Donatello. It's a bizarro world. I don't know. I lived in a weird place, apparently. I don't know. But we got Donatello. Donnie is devastatingly smart and not afraid to let you know it. His intellectual self-assuredness may come across arrogance, but it's just that his brain is thinking so many steps ahead that he's paralyzed with indecision. In the business talk, all little business world, I'm always thinking chess moves ahead. You always got to think that way in business and in strategy of fighting mutants and things like that. You should do the same thing. So always be thinking ahead. Weapons, bow staff, dream to be the game developer by day, K-pop star by night. What are we doing here? This would be a thrash metal star in the 80s is probably what he would have wanted to be. But I'm not sold on this Donatello. I mean, I think they've ramped up the nerdiness too much for me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me and that 80s bias. I don't know. Of course, there it is. See you later. Donatello was a nerd in the 80s, as we do know. He was the nerdy turtle, the scientific turtle, whatever you want to call him. But definitely, it feels like over the years, they've ramped that up even more to Donatello. It feels like they've made him more nerdy, if that is possible. And I guess it's trying to get to all demographics, because what you want to do with the turtle, it's all marketing at the end of the day. You want to be able to see yourself inside one of these Ninja Turtles, which will make you care about the movie, care about the characters a little bit more, because, oh, I can relate to Donnie, I can relate to Leonardo, I can relate to Raphael, Michelangelo, see you later, see you later. Oh, twist ties. That's kind of how it goes, and I think that's what they're trying to do here with old Leonardo, or Donatello, I mean. They're trying to relate him to the nerdy zone out there, and we all know a nerdy kid somewhere. They're always one of those kids in a book all the time. They're out there. They're out there, kids. They are. They weren't me as a kid, but there definitely are. My daughter, she loves to read. She's read probably more books in her short lifetime than I have in my whole life. Well, maybe not like that, but you know what I mean. She loves to read. There's nothing against it. Probably the way to go. Probably the way to make things happen. But Donatello, an interesting one right here. But let's dive in. Let's look at these accessories first. We do get the weapons tree once again. Looks like he comes with a nunchuck, a mutant canister, throwing star, a piece of pizza, and then a bladed stick over here. So definitely interesting there for old Donatello. We do get his baby turtle once again. All the same sculpt in these baby turtles, but different paint job on this one. So I'm here for that as well. Of course, you can't have Donatello without his bow staff. We got one of those. Looking good, all in one color. Would have liked a little different color to this, but it is what it is. Then we get some headphones. Why not? He wants to listen to some tunes. You could reuse these for different things. You can put them with your Mattel Elite, something else like this if you really wanted to, but straight up black headphones there. And then we got some glasses here for old Donatello. How about that? Some glasses. And they do have pegs on the side of the head, so you can peg these in so they're not going to fall off on you. But I do like that they are removable here. Now, Donatello, this is where I said, you know, nerding him up a little bit, putting glasses on him. Of course, original Donatello didn't have glasses. He is a little bit skinnier, a little less muscular than the other turtles as well, kind of playing that demographic there. He does have a fanny pack. Unless you're a wrestler, should you really be wearing a fanny pack? I hear fanny packs are coming back, though, so who knows? And he's got a little cell phone or a tablet, whatever you want to call it, sculpted in right there as well. On the back, he's got a spot to hold his bow staff if you need to. And then, of course, everything else is the same as the other turtles as far as articulation goes. Elbow pads, wrist tape, knee pads, all that kind of stuff. But it's Donatello. It's just definitely not my Donatello. Got a little sly kind of smile on his face as well. But definitely interesting. But definitely, once again, going to be a whole generation's Donatello. And now we're going to finish it off with Raphael. And Raphael, in my old playground days, was the second favorite turtle of most people. I don't know. Those things are changing, I guess. But Raphael, a bigger turtle, as he's the largest of the bunch. To me, once again, that's my 80s cartoon prejudice. They should all be the same size. But we've seen in different incarnations of the turtles, they've had different sizes over the years, as we do know. But there's old Raphael looking good. On the back, old cross sell, we've seen it all. Let's see the file card. Let's see what it says. For our old friend Raphael here. Raph likes to break things. Okay. In fact, his biggest goal is to punch someone so hard they throw up. Man, I could get around that. That sounds cool. But beneath his hard head and tough exterior is a sensitive turtle just looking for someone to talk to. Weapons, the Twin Sai. Dream to be a mixed martial arts fighter. That's going to be a tough division. The turtle division, I guess, is what he would be a part of. But that's interesting. These guys definitely have some personality, and I'm sure the personality will show through even more in the movie, as we can imagine. There it goes. See you later. Goodbye. Uh-oh. No, I was going to say, did I lose a Sai? I did not. The other one's inside the package. I thought for a second I threw it. It's like, oh no, I threw the Sai. It's gone. Sayonara is what I would have said there, but we're going to cut him out. Not as many twist ties on Raphael, man. I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Only one twist tie? Man, how about that? It's a day at the office. See you later. Goodbye. All right, we got Raphael out of the package. Let's look at his accessories. Once again, a weapon tree, this time all in gray. We got throwing stars, we got pizzas, we got knives, we got mutagen canisters, and we got these big old kind of foot soldier weapons there, the little hooks on them and stuff. Definitely an interesting one. Like I said, I'm probably keeping all these weapon trees together. I'm just going to use them with their traditional weapons. Going to call it quits right there. Then, of course, speaking of traditional weapons, you got the 2 sais going on here. 2 different sais, though. They got a little bit different sculpting on the blade. Mixing them up a little bit here. I'm here for that. But, of course, very typical Turtles weapon, very plasticky. Definitely a cool looking one. And then you got the holsters here on the side of his belt. You got the R in the middle there. Of course, articulation, everything else going to be the exact same for old Raphael. Forgot to mention his turtle, of course. His turtle matching his color. Makes sense once again. You got the red bandana over the top, but this one's interesting because everybody else has a little bald head showing. He's got the full-on bandana over the top to really make himself feel a little bit different than the other turtles. And like I said, he's a little bit bigger turtles as far as size comparison. He's a little bit bigger than the rest of the crew there, so he is the big turtle. He's big, he's bad, he's nationwide. He's got the big open mouth there on the side, or I guess gritting teeth on the side, showing his teeth. He's angry. He is the angry turtle after all. We just read about it. And then his size fit right in there very well. Not too shabby, not too shabby at all. And I guess let's do some size comparisons here as we got through Raphael. Of course, we got the original style of Playmates Turtles we remember, of course, and we got Raphael looking right there. So definitely bigger than the original Playmate style of Ninja Turtles. Definitely a bigger size right there. And then I did grab my favorite turtle figures of all time. There's no doubt in my mind. It's, of course, the cartoon NECA Turtles. You can see how they kind of size up compared there of Raphael. Definitely somewhere in between those two, but not a bad sculpt, not a bad look on these turtles. Once again, these are going to be great for little kids out there. Little kids are going to love a turtle like this. This is going to be a whole generation's Ninja Turtles, and we got to accept that fact. Time changes, time marches on, as we do say. But I like what I have here for $40. Now, that being said, I don't know if I'm going too deep down the rabbit hole here. I would love to check out the movie. I got no issues with that. But I'm not sure if this this incarnation of the Ninja Turtles is warranting shelf upon shelf of different toys. And there's so much reuse, so much re-releases in this line already. And I got to think we'll see more of it in the future. This is truly a line for toys. So outside of the 4 Ninja Turtles, that's probably where I'm going to call it. However, if I see something that catches my eye that gets released, or if they have a big clearance event, I may dabble. I may dabble because $9.99, they drop down to $3.99, $4.99 on clearance. You don't feel like you're out that much, and you could build a little bit of a universe. Maybe get a Bebop, a Rocksteady, but then before you know it, you got the Ray Fillets, the Leatherheads of the world, and you're truly off to the Mutant Mayhem races at that point. But an interesting line, something worth a look here, and for $40, not that expensive. You get the 4 turtles cheaper than a NECA 2-pack with money to save for lunch. Not a bad day at the office, and definitely not bad for kids. Getting kids into action figures is something that needs to be done more often. So many kids are on their iPads, iPhones, Androids, Nintendos, whatever it may be. They're doing that, and they're not playing and using their imagination in the toys. So anything like this that comes along that gets more kids buying toys, more kids excited about toys, man, I'm here for that all day long and twice on Sunday. So there it is. Mutant Mayhem 4-pack of Ninja Turtles. Would be interested in your thoughts on these. Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day and then some. And we got even more content for you, including early access to videos like this over on the Patreon channel. Patreon, truly your best way to support this very YouTube channel. You know, support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for some Mutant Mayhem, I am Kyle. And I'll see you guys all real soon.